Hello, hello, hello. I'm just going to get us set up here on Instagram because it looks like this didn't quite work. So let me just get that set up. So thank you for your patience. Happy Friday to everyone. Great to have you here. All right, that might not work, but I'll try anyway. Let's see here. Oh, it's too late. All right. Well, anyway, good to have you here. This is Kitty Shambliss here of Loving Without Boundaries. I am excited to be here today with you. And if you don't know who I am the creator of the mission and revolution, Loving Without Boundaries, which I started back in December of 2012. As a blog, as a website and a blog. And then I later created the podcast of the same name in July of 2015, I believe it was. And then we started our private Facebook group called Loving Without Boundaries, Healthy Lifestyle Freedom, Healthy Open Relationships and Lifestyle Freedom on Facebook in August of 2015. So been around the block for a while now, and then eventually wrote my book, Jealousy Survival Guide, How to Feel Safe, Happy, and Secure in September of 2017. And that was the same year that I became credentialed as a relationship coach. And I specialize in helping people live their most authentic lives, free from jealousy and insecurity, shame and guilt, the pain of ongoing infidelity, as well as arguing over and over again on this journey of living your most authentic life in the open relationship and sex positivity space, so that people fall back in love with themselves, feel unstoppable, and learn how to be in healthy relationships even when they are untraditional. I also serve people in the LGBTQ plus community to also find their path, accept themselves, have self-love in their lives. And it's a great honor and privilege to be doing this work. So if you're seeing this outside of my private community on Facebook, you are welcome to come join us. Just do a search for Loving Without Boundaries, Healthy Open Relationships and Lifestyle Freedom, and come join us there. There's over 14,000 people there and growing, who are with other like-minded people who are courageous, tenacious, brave, and strong, building resilience, supporting each other. It's a really beautiful place to be. So today's topic is how to pick the best mentor or coach for you. So I got to keep it real, right? So I've been doing this for almost 10 years. And when I did start, I was one of the only relationship coaches that I knew of in this space. And now this is May 2024, every day there are new people who are coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, I'm a relationship coach who specializes in open relationships and polyamory. And look, so am I, right? And so that's everyone's a self-appointed guru, and you don't know if they have any training, if they have any experience. And I'll talk more about that in a moment, because coaching is an unregulated industry. So holding a respected credential is essential if you want to stand out and be able to demonstrate that you can get outstanding results for your clients, as well as be a successful professional instead of just a fly-by-night coach. Because at the end of the day, it's all about results. And the sad truth is that there's so much more that goes into creating that, and a lot of people may not have what it takes. So let's just start to walk this out a little bit. Out of coaches, most coaches, they may have one or two different skill sets. Number one skill set, they may understand some strategy, maybe some tools, they might do some teaching. And then the second thing is they may know a little bit about psychology. Some don't, but they may know something about mindset and psychology. But what's really important too is that you can get to a master level of human behavior and know how to get people to an actual outcome to create those results. And it's really imperative to also have a structure and a system to help them. And that's what I have, because just talking for, like, if you think of talk counseling, just talking to somebody for 50 minutes a week, and then you get kicked out of the room when you're right in the middle of a conversation and there isn't any structure or system, is not very effective, honestly, many times. So having a full process and a system that you're taking people through, a step-by-step proven system, is really important to get results. And that's absolutely where I stand above other people, by having that type of a system. But let's say you're looking for a coach. I'm going to give you some things to look for. So number one, you can ask the question, have they created the results you are seeking for yourself? Yes or no? And you can do that by an online research or by having an intro call with them and find that out. Number two, have they done it for other people? Because it's one thing to have done it in your own life, but do you know how to take other people and get them the outcome too? Yes or no? Number three, have they been doing this for a long period of time? And when I say this, I mean both being a coach and helping other people and practicing it themselves. How long have they been doing that for themselves? Yes or no? Because that's where you can evaluate a coach and their quality, because a lot of coaches haven't done it for themselves. They only have a little bit of theory. And then you have other people who have done it for themselves, but they've never done it for other people. So those are some really important things about how to pick a coach. And when you're thinking about that, what is the length of time? So that's part of that question. How long have they been both practicing as a coach, and have they been doing this for themselves? So just to give you an example, I have been practicing some form of consensual non-monogamy for 2 decades, over 20 years now. And I've identified as polyamorous for about 14 of those 20 years. And I have been certified as a coach. I started the Loving Without Boundaries movement almost 12 years ago, and been certified as a coach since 2017, starting that journey in 2016. So quite a long time. And then the fourth and the last piece is they've got to care about you. Because sometimes you might find a unicorn coach where maybe they have a great skill set, maybe they have a great mindset, but they may not actually care about you. They may just be taking a money grab, or they just kind of want that feeling of power of being on big stages and getting the big bucks for doing that. But you need somebody who truly cares about you at the heart level. They want you to succeed, and they actually give a crap about you. You want to feel like they've got your back, like they truly want to serve, like they will be there for you when the chips are down. And that is definitely a quality to look for. So now let's talk about different credentials, because a lot of people see different initials at the end of names of coaches. Certainly, you want to see if they have any credentials. If they don't have any kind of letters at the end of their main name, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are not a great coach, but it's an indicator that they've put in the time, they've put in the effort, and they have actual credentialed training, and they've been recognized. So the International Coaching Federation, the ICF, is obviously a worldwide coaching federation that evaluates coaches. You have to go through a process. You have to prove to them your training. You have to do a certain number of hours. You have to work with a mentor, master level coach. And then you even have to take a test that's based on ethics and many other things, many other tools and techniques that we learn as master level coaches. So what I'm at the MCC level. That stands for Master Certified Coach, and that represents the highest level of achievement in coaching, and also identifies a senior coach, not a fly-by-night coach. You have to go through 3 different levels to get to the master level. So that's how you can tell somebody who is in it to win it. They really care about your results, or they would not have put in the tens of thousands of hours and dollars that it takes to get to that level. So just to put this in perspective, here are some statistics. In the year 2022, out of about 50,000 members of the ICF, only about 41,000 plus were holding any credential at all. So many were a part of being a member, but they didn't even have a credential. About 56% were at the lowest level, ACC, that stands for Associate Certified Coach. Then about 40%, even less, we're at that second level, which stands for Professional Certified Coach, and only 4% we're at the MCC level. That is the Master Certified Coach level. And according to the ICF, there are only about 1,074 master level coaches in the entire world. If you include me, that's 1,075 master level coaches in the entire world. And that's for good reason. And it is great achievement and recognition to be at that level and it also is a privilege and an honor to get to that level because I'm at a place in my life where I have the time and the resources to do that training so that I can give back to this community that I have served and Loving Without Boundaries community that I have built. And I'm honored to be able to serve at that level. And it does take hours and hours and hours of training to do that. Another statistic here is that there are over roughly 71,000 coaches in the world. And as of 2022, about 42,000 of those were ICF certified. So again, just thinking about that only 4% of folks who are in the ICF community are at the MCC level. That means that 0.1% are at that master level certified coach. So for me, being at that level, which I've been at for over a year now, is such an incredible honor. And it shows the legitimacy of the coaching industry. And you can, just like any other profession, there'll be great coaches and there'll be not so great coaches. There'll be great doctors and not so great doctors. There'll be great therapists and not so great therapists. So you really want to ask the right questions, find the right coach out there that that wants to get results for you, that cares about your well-being. And as far as I know, I don't know of any other specifically polyamorous and open relationship and even LGBTQ plus master level ICF certified coach in the world. I'd love to know if there is one. If there is, I'll invite them to come on the podcast and we'll have a beautiful conversation. So don't leave your cherished relationships to chance, to anybody who just said last week or last year that they were a coach. Find the one that works for you. Ask them the questions. Have they done it for themselves? Yes or no, the results that you want. Have they done this for other people? Yes or no. Have they been doing this a long time, both the coaching and having the results that you want in your own life? And the last piece, do they really care about you? So as far as I know, I've been doing this a really long time, more than anybody else I know in this particular area. And I'm so honored and blessed to say that I have the formal education and the certifications to back that up at a master level. And I do that because I care about your results. I want you to be blissful and happy, living your most authentic life, not just while we're working together, but for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. And that's why it's so important. So know that it is really important to make sure that you find the best mentor out there for you, because this is all about compressing time so that you get better results in less time. And for me, like I said earlier, I've been living a consensually non-monogamous lifestyle for 2 decades now. I don't know how 2 decades went by, and I've been on countless stages. I've even given keynotes. I've written a book, and it is such an honor to be here with you all, seeing the results that you get. So I've been able to serve at this point, I believe it's over 275 beautiful families and individuals who have gotten incredible results. So you can go to my website. There's a client testimonials page under the coaching tab where you can see real results from real people sharing their story. Some of those interviews are about 30 minutes or 45 minutes long even. And we also have a montage of a case study that shows different snippets that's only about 4 minutes long. So you can check that out, that little 4-minute case study that's right on my website, which is lovingwithoutboundaries.com. And I also have about 250 podcast episodes. So I love serving this community. It is such an honor to be here. And again, if you are looking for a community, if you want to make sure that you're not alone on this journey, if you're not part of our private group, please feel free to come find us on Facebook at Loving Without Boundaries, Healthy Open Relationships and Lifestyle Freedom. And if you want to learn more, feel free to go to my website, lovingwithoutboundaries.com. But know that I really care about your well being. That's why I've gotten certified to that master level. And it's an honor to serve this community and to be an expert in this field. And I am happy to help anyone who wants this type of help. And I really do believe that community is everything. Don't go this alone. Find the right coach and the right community that is here for you. And you've made a great decision by being here. And I honor you for taking the time to watch this. And one last announcement. If you are either in the Washington, D.C. area or you're coming through the Washington, D.C. area, we are now starting to host local meetups for people who are either practicing or curious about open relationships or polyamory or are part of the larger LGBTQ plus community. Our next event will be September 11th. It's a Wednesday in Old Town Alexandria. We would love to have you there. It will start around 6:30. If you want to come be notified of those events, you can go to meetup.com, find our group, Loving Without Boundaries on Meetup, become a community member there on Meetup. And we will be giving you announcements and instructions about whenever we are doing events in the local area. And whether you're living in the area or not, that way you'll just know if you're coming through. Washington, D.C. is a great place to visit. Highly recommend it. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you're getting the help that you need so that there's less fear and anxiety, more joy and connections, and better results in all your relationships. Most importantly, the relationship that you have with yourself. So with that, I will leave it here and say thank you for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.